All right, so we are at Otaku Detroit in Madison Heights. We are live for the podcast event here. If you've seen my first Facebook Live on mobile, I was just showing the store. Definitely come on by. So as you can see, we're set up just in front of the cash register here. Let me know if you guys can hear me. That way I can adjust the volume here. For COVID purposes, we all have to wear masks here. So let me know if you guys can hear me clearly. I know I'm wearing the mask. I have to speak a little bit louder than I normally do. Yeah, but thank you guys. Thank you to Carl and Matt, owners of the store, for letting this event happen. That's Carl right there. So I'm going to just share this stuff on my social media. So just give me a few moments here while I do that. And shout out to Cosblerd Nation. They were the first guests and people that came by to look at the podcast. What's up, Alex? Thanks for joining in. Alex is a day one Spoiler Force podcast fan. Audio is good. Thank you for the confirmation, bro. And also, I'm giving away a lot of free gifts here. Besides this, the Goblin Slayer Brand New Day Volume 1 and Yaya Han signed variant. These are for the raffle. If people join in, you guys can. It's $5 to enter. You can join in. If you're at the store, just pay the cash or PayPal me at rickyvang92@hotmail.com. I'll post the link in the comments section. Store looks good. Yeah, the store is great, man. They've been open for just a little bit over a month. Their first event that they did was actually a cosplay event hosted by Cosblerd Nation. So it was really awesome to see a lot of people come out to cosplay because all the cons are canceled. So it's good to see a store doing that for the fans and for the people and stuff. Do they have any Naruto or Dragon Ball figures? I think they do. They have the middle case right there. There's like a Piccolo and Gohan figurine right there. My webcam can't get there. They have here we go. They have a Super Vegito plushie. I don't know if you guys can. It's kind of blurry, but there you go. Yeah. And Super Saiyan Blue Goku. Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Are you done bringing?
Yeah, they're still bringing in a lot of more content and items too. There's still a lot of shipping that's going on. So what you see in the store is what they have right now, but within the next couple of months or so, they're going to have more material. And if you do have stuff that you want to request, you can email them too. Let me just share the Facebook link here. And if you follow them on Facebook or Instagram, all their information's there. Again, like I said, if you want to ask them, like if you have requests or something, then you can just email them through their website or on Facebook. Oh yeah, they have some figures. I forgot about
models and the figures.
Yeah, they have a Super Saiyan Vegeta figure. There you go, and then Dragon Ball Heroes, the Saiyan in the back. I wasn't a big fan of Dragon Ball Heroes, so I think this is just maybe like a Bardock or Goku variant.
Sorry, it's three buses, not us.
Yeah, Alex. Follow their Facebook page. Their email should be on their Facebook page.
Sales at Otaku Detroit.
Yeah, there's lots of stuff to talk about, man. Like you guys, customers can come in and talk if they want. I have another chair set up right here. Again, man, thanks to Blue Yeti mic for their omnidirectional microphones. Yeti mics are some of the best. This is the first real collaboration for Spoiler Force, that's outside with the business, not just with fans or with guests. So this is a big deal for me too. You guys got any questions for the store, man? Put them up in the comments section. Carl and Matt, they're willing to answer everything. And and also this event is going to end around 3:00. So if anyone that's in the raffle for the for the Yaya Han signed variant and for the Goblin Slayer volume number 1 or Brand New Day volume number 1, these are again $5. You can pay me through PayPal, which is in the link. RickyVang92@hotmail.com or pay me at the store in person. $5 to $5 to enter and have a chance to win both those prizes. I have free comic books that I'm giving away. So yeah, here's the PayPal link if you guys can't make it to the store. If you guys want to try to raffle, I'll win the raffle there again to sign Yaya Han cosplay variant Inhumans #1 and a Goblin Slayer Brand New Day Volume 1. Yeah, help like, share, and subscribe to Spoiler Force too, man. It'll help us a lot. Help me a lot. There we go. The links should be in the description of the live podcast too. So all the links to follow us are in there. Yeah, it's been a pretty crazy week for me. Just recording with guests, and just doing lots of content. Not just that, I do want to mention this too. I know on a sad note here, we lost a great actor, Chadwick Boseman. Rest in peace and condolences to his family. The actor for Black Panther, Jackie Robinson, who also portrayed Martin Luther King. Lots of biopics, but yes, he passed away sadly yesterday due to colon cancer, and he was what made it so, I guess, not so much crazy, but he kept that to himself. He didn't let any fans know what he was going through, so he stayed very tough and true to his character. So again, rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman. Condolences to his family as well. Yeah, man, it's gonna be sad to see the future MCU movies and stuff. But I hope his family is doing well. He was a big impact for not just nerds, but for definitely for the Black community as well, because he was portraying a superhero in a way where it wasn't just for the culture; it was for everyone too. So it was great to see him do that for the community and showcase that there's other heroes out there. And yeah, it's great to see his work, but it's sad to know that he's passed. But on a more positive note, I know that that's still fresh news. Everyone's probably still covering it. But on the positive side, again, come by the store. There's tons of content. Hopefully the glare isn't too bad, but
and then we'll shout her out, and that'll be
questions for the owners. Who's that?
Yeah, she's on Instagram.
Actually, Alex, once they're not as busy, they're gonna jump on the podcast too, on the live stream and talk about some of the beginnings of the store and stuff.
Yeah, it's 21.
Yeah, so until then, help like, share, and subscribe to Spoiler Force Podcast. Like, share, and subscribe to Otaku Detroit. Their links should be in the description. And then again, Cosblerd Nation is here too, so I'm gonna share their links here or their Facebook link. Like, share, and subscribe to them. They can help support the store and the podcast too. So thank you to the Cosblerd Nation for coming by.
So Matt knows more about this. We were hoping it was an art book. It's actually just a regular book about his art.
Yeah, so
it's actually literally.
We'll get to that question soon, Alex, about the store once they're not as busy.
All of the Studio Ghibli art.
They're still
goes through each,
working with customers
there's,
here.
A chapter basically on each of his works, and it's literally.
Come on by to Madison Heights.
Mindset created.
It's a nice shop.
As did I, sir.
I can share the actual address here in a few moments here if you guys are wondering where they're at.
See, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's it's just not what either of us thought it was initially.
I thought it was for a second.
Right? I do have one of those.
There's the actual address here if you guys are wondering where they're located.
Yeah, probably.
Bo.
Hey, Carl. So there's a question for you guys. Alex Herr asks, who was that person that had the idea for the store?
It was actually my partner, Matthew. He was originally had a store in Berkeley called Otaku Anime. And then we kind of crossed paths a few years later, and then he opted to tell me that he was looking to do this again. And I'd always been really into the comic books and video games my whole entire life. So I was like, I knew what I wanted to see in a store. And when push came to shove, we just jumped on it. And I knew what we wanted to do. We wanted to have like the mural and have people paint in here and do it events and make it bright and colorful. And that's what we did. Now we're here.
And I was asking you before we were recording, like, were you? I know with COVID happening, were you guys still trying to push out this idea too, knowing that this was happening with the pandemic?
So we actually signed the lease to this building February 29th. So to talk about timing, and it was crazy because we ran everything fast. We discussed it around Christmas. I did a lot of research into sales and things like that during Christmas. Went to a lot of stores, checked it out, and I was like, all right. And then come January, we founded the company, did the paperwork, found this location, opted to sign the lease, and then COVID hit. And we've been very grateful to the community and everybody who's supported us all the way through because it's been tough just getting shipments in. So we appreciate your guys' patience. The first couple of weeks here we were on like bones. We had nothing. So it was amazing that, you guys supported and, we're still here today. So we thank you.
And then there's another question here. How did I know them? Or how did I meet you guys? It was opening weekend.
First day?
Yeah.
First day.
Thanks for coming,
bye.
guys.
Thanks.
It was opening weekend. July 4th, the holiday. I met them. I just walked in the store. They had an event on Facebook. A friend shared it to me, and I walked in, met Carl, met Matt, and then I've been a day one customer since.
And he said he had the podcast, and we were like, we want to do podcasts here. We just love doing events. So, and then after this event, plug our other event.
Yes, the Sailor Moon event.
Yeah, we got the Sailor Moon makeup party right after this. So stop by that. You can enter to win a beautiful gift basket made by one of our sister companies.
And then they're asking, what's your favorite anime, Carl?
I'm a huge Trigun fan. Anybody who's been in the store knows that we had this like gorgeous antique, like I say antique because it was from '96 and it was original. Trigun wall scroll in here. It's Fashion Stampede, $60 billion double dollar man. However, Speed Racer and Vinland Saga is the one I just finished watching. I absolutely love that.
I started watching that. I'm on episode 2, but it's different because it takes place in the Viking era.
Yeah.
So it was really, and then to add like the Japanese supernatural abilities to that stuff. So it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's this weird combination if like Vikings were ninjas, and I always think about that Spike TV show, like who would win, and I'm like, this is just them together. It's even better.
And not just that the animation's like top notch for Amazon too. Amazon's been picking up a lot of the anime and stuff like that too. So now you got Amazon, Netflix, Hulu, Crunchyroll, Funimation. Everyone's doing that's jumping on these anime streams, man. It's insane.
Yeah.
And I think YouTube announced that they were going to do like a channel giving free anime on YouTube for fans to watch. I don't know exactly how that's going to work, but I don't know. All I know is that anime and manga right now is the hype right now, and you guys came in right at the right time. 2020, had it not been for the pandemic, I'm pretty sure 2020 would have been a huge year for all pop culture, entertainment, and all that stuff. But we just got hit with this pandemic, and everyone's been on hold.
We got a lot of complete series right now. We try to get some of the rare stuff that not everybody knows because we're just here. We're fans of the the artwork of it, the animation of it. So if you guys are looking to binge watch something at home, safe in your bed, come by. We got complete series. We're running deals. You get the wall scrolls and match it, so when it becomes your favorite series, we already got the wall scroll. We'll sell it with you.
And just to add on to this too, recently you guys sold the complete Haikyuu manga set.
Yes.
Talk about that experience, because I know you guys posted that on Facebook, and then within the same day it was going there.
We got a lot of response. About 22 people immediately were interested in it. We had a lucky person who came in and she said, is it still here? We said, yeah. So we were able to sell it at 50%. That was a consignment we did. Just so you guys know, we do buy, we sell. We don't do a lot of trading just because we have consignments. If you don't know what a consignment is, basically you can bring something here of high value and we can put it in the store and try to sell it for you, and we take a commission. Right now we actually got 2 beautiful statues that are, they're not figures, they're statues. I mean, they're huge. We can get a picture of them later, but a Poison Ivy and a Catwoman that are a steal right now, $500. So if somebody's
Yeah.
looking to get into that game, man, stop
Right.
by and see us today.
If you're into statues and stuff, and not just that, I do want to mention that the Poison Ivy is a art germ statue. So it's from the same design that art germ's done. And I'm a huge art germ fan. I've been following him for years. He's a Singaporean artist. He's actually the artist for the Arrow cover right here. If you guys don't know, Arrow, one of the new Asian superheroes that they were promoting. And then I have an extra Arrow number 10 featuring Iron Man, written by Amy Chu. Oh, hopefully you guys can see it. Yeah, man, come on by. I'm giving away free stuff, and I'm doing the raffle for the signed Yaya Han variant cosplay cover Inhumans #1, and that's going to be with the brand new day Goblin Slayer #1 manga as well. Here you go. Here's the Art Germ variant Poison Ivy statue. It's amazing. If I had the money, I'd buy it, and I don't have room for it.
I think that's what happened with this guy.
Yeah. Do you guys plan to make videos and review figures or comic books? I don't know. We're still figuring this stuff out, man. But thanks to Carl and Matt for being so open with this podcasting thing, man. Because when I came in yesterday, I was talking with Matt, who's the store owner, and he was like, if you want, you can come in at least once a month and just help promote and podcast and stuff like that. So maybe we can figure something out. We're just taking it how it is right now because with COVID and with how everything's going, we don't want to think too far ahead either. So we want to play it safe. And again, they have the Sailor Moon event, especially for you female listeners and followers and fans, or even guys, if you guys are into the makeup stuff. This is a huge deal because I had no idea that this stuff was selling so quick. It's a palette and a lot of the exclusive Sailor Moon stuff, and they were selling out quick online.
So 2 hours, they sold everything out.
Yeah. So the event's at 4. I heard people were coming in to line up at 2 here, so I don't know. But it's going to be crazy to see how fast it's going to sell. It's almost like buying Funko Pops, man. Like you got to be on it quick. If you're not on that, then it's gone. Yeah. If you guys have any questions, then bring it up. I have my guest here is Cosblerd Nation. You can come in. Talk about Cosblerd Nation. Introduce yourself to the listeners and stuff.
Hello, everybody. I'm Quam. I'm from Cosblerd Nation.
Yeah, actually, I met Quam back when you guys hosted the cosplay event here at Otaku Detroit. You were dressed up as Edward, yeah, from Full Metal Alchemist. So that's the first time I met you. And then also I got to meet
Joaquin?
Yeah, Joaquin.
Yeah. I can never pronounce her name right sometimes.
Cosplay Barbie. That's how I know her by. And she was actually featured in DC's fandom. She was in one of the quick snippets. Really, they were reviewing her costume.
49-second mark.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like this. When she posted that, I'm like, damn, I just met you guys. So when she posted that photo or the screenshot of them, like, whoa, she got the spot there. And then not just that, Patty Jenkins, Gal Gadot, Kristen Wiig, the Wonder Woman cast practically had a really positive reaction to her cosplay, which is amazing. And I don't know if she's not going to be able to make it today, is she?
She said she tried to make it. She got homework and stuff, but she might make it.
Okay, if she does make it, then that's great. But yeah, man, thank you guys to Cosplay Nation for just coming by and supporting the event. It's good to kind of network with everyone and follow their page. I think I posted up their link in the comments. I can share it again. But yeah, follow them on Instagram too. Help support the local Detroit community and cosplay because we need to build a strong community here. Everywhere else there's tons of huge cosplay communities, and let's just build one here in Detroit. And that way, when we do host events and stuff like that, we can all just come in together and network.
That'd be awesome. We plan on doing more events on our parts too.
Yeah. You just became affiliated with Cosplay, right?
Same day that I met you.
Okay, perfect. All right,
So-
yeah. So it's been a few weeks now.
Yeah.
So you just handle their social media and stuff like that. So you share the events and all
Share
that.
events and take pictures and post it on the Instagram page.
Nice. Okay. And the group, everyone's just willingly putting in their time, right? It's not like a company or anything, right?
No, it's just
like
a-
freelance kind of thing, right?
I guess you could say freelance.
Yeah. Okay. And like I said, I think it's great that you guys hosted that event with the cosplay because with the pandemic and everything, a lot of cosplayers here in Michigan, we've been itching to do an event, man. Like
Trust me, I
because
know.
all the conventions were shut down, and Youmacon's at the edge of something right now. Like I don't want to bash on Youmacon, but man, this with the pandemic and they're still trying to give some sliver of hope. I really don't think it's gonna happen. But if it does, well, hopefully they can try to pull it off. But man, cosplay events and conventions overall has been a huge deal this year. I was looking forward to Motor City Comic Con and Youmacon this year.
I was looking for Motor City too, especially since it's right from my house.
Yeah,
So,
and with Motor City, man, they had Freddie Prinze Jr. and Leah Michelle, or I forgot her name, but she was the voice actress for Tifa in Final Fantasy VII. She was going to be there, so those two I wanted to meet in person, and they're the cast of She's All That.
oh, crap.
Yeah,
I didn't know she was gonna be there. That's new to me.
yeah. So like I wanted to meet her, and then they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna cancel the event." I was like, "Damn it! I had all my money saved up and everything. I'm like, I had everything to go." I was like, "Oh shit."
Well, the one thing that's good about Youmacon though, if it doesn't happen, the pass moves on to next year, so you don't have to buy a new
Yep.
one.
Everything's gonna. Hopefully, they do it right though. Like with this rollover stuff, man. With what conventions are doing, that's a big thing too for next year. Because when you roll over all that stuff, the income that they're possibly making they don't make it this year. So they got to deal with that and then deal with the folks that are buying the tickets that year too. So you're dealing with 2020 people who are who rolled over, and then the 2021 people who are like, oh shit, I want to go to that event too. There's like that bit of hecticness, that craziness right there. So I really hope that these cons and organizations figure that system out. And we don't want to have any of that information lost, or like if you had like VIPs or something, hopefully like you can get your events there. And there's another event that I wanted to go to. It was DreamCon in Waco, Texas.
That's the one that RDC and
RDC was hosting that event. I wanted to go there so bad. I love RDC's work. Griffey was going to be there. Long Beach Griffey, Caleb City was going to be there. King Vader was going to be there.
So the whole friend group was going to be there.
Yeah, I like that convention because it just all content creators there. It's not like you're there to meet like voice actors. I mean, there was voice actors there, but it's not like a traditional convention where like it's just celebrities or top voice actors. It's just content creators, regular people that's on social media who made something to themselves, and for them to host an event like that, it's amazing because it gives us a lot of like small time business owners or anyone that's trying to be an entrepreneur or a content creator some chance that okay, we can do this too. I think we're always just like overshadowed by all the big corporations hosting everything. That with DreamCon, these guys are showing us that man, you can really build something if you have a great following. So I think that's great that they're doing that. But I wanted to go there so bad.
I wanted to go too, but the thing about it was I had my ticket for Colossal Con because it was around the same time period. That's the only thing that sucks, and it's the same thing next year. And it's like I don't know which one I want to go to. So I got my Colossal Con ticket already, so it's like for next year.
Oh yeah, you've already got that. I got VIP. I had VIPs for DreamCon because like I was like I bought it because like man I just want to meet the content creators there, and especially Long Beach Griffey. I love his content, man. He's so unfiltered. he gives no fucks of what he says on his content. I think his latest video he was making fun of sub watchers because there's this big thing in the anime community, sub versus dub, and it's always going to be a big debate, just like how Goku versus Superman, that type of deal. But Griffey's latest video, he was talking about like how there shouldn't be this division between sub and dub, and just the ignorance of sub watchers. Like no, sub's better than dub. So like he's so clever at like just showcasing these issues in a comedic way. I love Long Beach Griffey, and then seeing him collaborate with like Caleb City, who's got a huge following too. And Caleb City always has like that plot twist in his videos. I think one of them was they're talking about giving your Wi-Fi password to your friend. That was so good.
The one was like it was like a long password.
Yeah,
that's not it. Like,
he's like that's not it. You gotta throw your phone or something like that. Like what? Like I'm trying to do that. Oh man, I love the material, man. It's so good, and Yo, Quam, what anime are you into, man?
Anime I'm into?
Yeah, what's some anime that you're into? Let the fans know.
Like genre or
Anything really, anything. What's
so?
like whatever
I'm
you're
more-
currently watching or whatever that's your favorite.
I'm more into like action, sometimes psychological. I'm more into like the sometimes dark perspective of anime. Sometimes like Berserker. What else? Got the name? Another.
Okay.
But it's like I got the ones I've been recently watching. I finished reading up to the My Hero Academia manga.
Oh yeah. Well, we can't talk about.
I know
spoilers.
that. I ain't gonna go there.
I know.
I ain't gonna go there.
The latest chapter, though. Oh my god,
Yeah. Like,
dude. I was like reading that. I literally jumped out of my seat, like, oh my god, like, ah! if only the listeners were reading the manga. I advocate My Hero Academia manga, man. The anime is amazing, but you gotta get on the manga, dude. Like where they're at right now, it's pivotal.
yeah, it's like I can't wait for it to be animated. it's like
hurry up, man, animate this, because like we already know as manga readers for My Hero, we already know season 5 is gonna be lit too. And, you know where they're at with the teaser at the end with Deku. There's already spoilers in the teaser for season 5, but I'm just not gonna say what it is. So definitely read the manga if you're into that. You were talking about psychological thriller, dark themed animes. Have you watched The Promised Neverland?
yes, I have.
Oh, dude. that first episode, like that got me so hooked. Man, you think the little kid's like gonna make it, and then they go to the truck and her head just drops out. Like, oh man! My cousin's reaction was even funnier. My cousin Lee, he's like, I'm just gonna watch it because you keep hyping it up. And then he watched it like, oh shit! he's like, it's so dark.
I wish I would have recorded my reaction because I probably had like a lot of views on that video.
See, that's the thing.
Kind of
Like,
dark.
I really wish I could I need to start doing that too, recording my reactions to like those type of animes with shock factor, because that's the thing right now. A lot of animes are gearing towards shock factor because that's what really draws in the crowd and the audience, and that's what The Promised Neverland did so well. Was that first episode? You think it's a happy orphanage type of deal, and then just that twist at the beginning.
It got dark.
Yeah.
Pretty fast. It's
Really
like,
quick. But overall, that first season, even though it was only like 12 episodes. That first season was phenomenal. Animation was great. The storyline was good. That's recently the manga. I haven't read the manga for Promised Neverland, but the manga recently ended too. From what I've seen on the reviews, there's been mixed reviews, so I don't want to get into that. I may have possibly read some spoilers, so I don't even want to think about it. So, but overall, man, I can't wait. And season 2 was supposed to be in October, but they pushed it to 2021, which is sad.
Dang.
Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to The Promised Neverland. Are you into any of like the rom-com animes at all?
Rom-com?
I've recently started getting into it. Like I always mention this on the podcast. Rent-A-Girlfriend's been the one that I really enjoyed, and that only because like Rent-A-Girlfriend, like the storyline just kind of was better than I expected. Any story that's like that where it's really for me that's better than what I think it is, I'm hooked. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna start watching it.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to check out what you was talking about yet.
Oh, okay.
So it's like I've been watching other stuff, so I'm gonna give it a look at it.
Yeah, I mean it's again it's really rom-com-y, so like it's just more comedic. It's a complete opposite like all the dark and fighting animes. It's really light themed,
I don't mind watching light things. It's just that's like a time that started with like dark animated, like so it's kind of like something that draws to me, like another. It reminds me of Final Destination.
Yeah, yep.
So it was like a good. I don't know how to put it. That's not when I started watching anime, but I'm just saying like it's like a good thing of like something that pulled me. But I'm gonna give it a look.
Yeah, there's like I've said with rom-com, like I was never into that until like earlier this year. I have a cousin in Wisconsin who's like always hyping this stuff, like this genre too. There was this anime called Uzaki-chan Left to Hang Out.
That sounds familiar.
It's about like this college girl who hangs out with another college colleague. But the only reason why it's hyped though is because of the I don't want to say scandal, but it's like controversy. Let me see if I can share it. Let me share it.
4 o'clock. We're gonna have 4 o'clock makeup, and then this basket's up to 5.
The tickets are $5 to draw winners.
Thank you.
So Uzaki-chan wants to hang out. It's this anime right here. So obviously it's a lowly type character with big boobs, and she's been like a big deal in the anime community because I think they were trying to sponsor her for like a blood drawing in Japan just to help donate blood. But the way how they did it was a lot of Western fans were like upset, and obviously with a lot of these groups. They kind of reacted a certain way, but then the writers and the animators were just like, nope, we're going to continue on with this project. So that's why they've been drawing in a lot of fans. But yeah, it's a comedic anime. It's not nothing too crazy. But yeah, that's one that I've been.
I've definitely seen like that picture before on Twitter.
Yeah, she was trending for a while. I think earlier this summer, like it was just a big deal because of how she looked. She's like a smaller figure type of character, but with big boobs, and then like she's got the short haircut, and it's just a lot of like politics behind it, a lot of nitpicking of the details of the character.
So people like a lot of categories.
Yeah, just getting like upset about like how she looks like that. Well, she's a college character, why doesn't she look older? But Japan has like that weird thing too with like characters being so young looking, but then like they're old. I don't know if you watch Ray Zero. Yeah, the character Beatrice. She's like a lowly character, but she's actually like over 3,000 years old. So like, Japan has like that really
especially
themes for the characters.
Hunter. There was a character that was he's like a grown man, but he's really like a teenager.
Yeah,
I can't think of his name right now. It's bothering me.
Yeah, so like they kind of do that. It's a big thing in Japan when they do that with their characters. Just kind of give some more, I guess, like creative outlet to these characters. But yeah, if the listeners and stuff, you guys got questions or anything you guys want to talk about, man, bring it up in the chat. Again, help like, share, and subscribe to the Spoiler First podcast on all the social media links. Follow Cosblerd Nation as well on Facebook and Instagram, man. That'd be great. With Cosblerd Nation, do you guys have any like projects you guys are? I know you mentioned about doing more events, but is there any other side projects you guys are doing too?
I can't really talk about it because it's something that we haven't actually officially came together. I know she's working on stuff, but she haven't told me yet. So,
you guys do like Zoom meetings and stuff like that, just to kind of get together?
I'm not sure how she want to do it yet. So I know like before they was doing like meetings at actual places, like actual meetup, but the whole pandemic, they haven't been able to do that.
Right.
But I know she got stuff planned out.
Have you gone to those? Have you gone to those events, like those picnics and stuff, or like Youmacon?
No, I have not.
There's like one year I went to a Youmacon picnic. It was just like a bunch of fans. I don't know who hosted it. It was just like I saw it on Facebook. They were like, just bring something. Everyone pitch in to bring in something, water, food, or whatever. I brought like 2 cases of water, and just honestly, it was like I didn't do the podcast at that time. I wish I did. It would have been perfect for networking. But yeah, they were hosting it. I think the park was somewhere in Canton.
Canton?
Yeah. I think I saw some events early, like if you like an event on Facebook, you see like what's similar to it.
Oh yeah.
I think they're hosting more. They're trying to do more for next year. But yeah, I think it's great though. Like a lot of the local Michigan cosplayers and the community here, like we're all trying to do that too. Like I've said, man, it's good to build a community for like cosplay, anime, and stuff here in Michigan. At least from my experience, I haven't seen or met a lot of folks that are into the same genre. So again, thank you to Otaku Detroit for bringing this community in together so that we can all meet each other and just have the same networking and work together and stuff like that.
It's like, let's say something funny is though, like when you mentioned networking, I actually met her this year. It was like when I was helping volunteer as a staff at Youmacon. I had met her there.
Okay.
So it was like a little con. It was on that Wednesday downtown. It's like a little free convention to see how it ran. It went perfect. It was a lot more people showed up than we expected.
Do you like that though? Like, do you like the anime conventions that are like smaller in the hotels or like college campuses, or do you like the bigger conventions?
I like, it's kind of a mixture of both. It depends, I guess, what it's at. It was like a place where it's like it's not enough room to hold everybody. Then I like smaller, but it was like completely like a giant like dorm, like No, not dorm, but like a giant,
Like a lobby area.
Yeah, like a giant lobby, and like it's a lot of people there, but it's a lot of space. I like that.
Okay.
I just don't like being like bunched up with people.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we were talking about that during the cosplay event at your Molly house. Sometimes people would just stink during
Oh,
events,
God.
man. You know, it's just a thing at conventions, man. People gotta throw on some deodorant or something.
It's like, especially when you go to like conventions, you step into like a rave or something. And
Oh. Everyone's still got their costumes on, and everyone's moving around, and it's, man, you know, it seems like it's so long ago, but this pandemic's been making everything feel stretched out with time, being quarantined and everything. So like when you think back to like, damn, we used to actually go to concerts and host like that.
Oh, yeah.
And now with this pandemic and with how everything's rolling now, it's like, damn, like we want some distance now. Like we don't want to be close to each other.
There's so much stuff I miss, man.
Oh yeah, I was going through like Facebook has the those memories. I'm like, damn, I actually miss going to concerts and like going to conventions. Like, and that's the thing too. Like, no matter how hectic these events are, at the end when you leave, it's just a rush of energy, man. And
It's
it
like,
makes-
dang, I don't want this to be over with. Type
Yeah.
of thing. It's like, I can't believe it's over. Like,
it's such a quick weekend, and that's the thing. Like, was it the Comic-Con blues? That's what they called it. Where like just the day after going to an event, you just lose all that hype energy, and it's almost depressing, really.
it's like you just wake up and it's like, dang, I gotta go home in like 2 hours.
Yeah, you know, like, I gotta go to work tomorrow. Like you're not around that environment no more where everything's hype and moving. You're just trying to get your stuff done, and that's the thing I like about conventions, man. It's just a place where nerds like us can just be nerdy, man. Like just be free and not think and not care about what people think about the nerdy stuff and stuff like that.
I remember the first time I went to my first Youmacon, it was like, I didn't know what to think of it because I never been to a con before. And when I first stepped in there, it's like, I was greeted by people. It's like, I knew it, like, it's like family in a way.
Yeah,
And it's like, I can actually talk. I have a hard time socializing with people like outside the cons. And it's like, I felt like I could actually socialize with people, make friends.
and that's a big thing too. Like that's the big common thing I've seen. Like a lot of con goers, we all have like some sort of introvertedness to us. And then when we go to these conventions, like we're just around the same people like us, so we just click quick. It's just like, yep, all right, we relate. We're all the same. We don't talk to no one.
But you know, Youmacon is still open. The thing they was gonna do for Youmacon was if they can't cancel it, but they was gonna do it virtually. They couldn't do it publicly, so it's still gonna happen. But either or, it's might just want to be in virtual. So virtual panels, and they still gonna have the shop open for like vendors.
Yep, just pretty much like how everyone's been doing. I think a lot of anime conventions are doing that. Anime Expo did a light stream. You know, they were streaming panels and stuff on Twitch and YouTube. Next weekend's gonna be the Crunchyroll Expo. I was gonna make time to watch, but I got some friends from out of state that might come down, so I might have to miss it. But yeah. I think it's a smart move too, you know, to stay relevant for conventions. It just sucks though because, again, these conventions won't be making any income because of the pandemic. And like we said before, you know, the big issue that we're going to be seeing is when they roll over these tickets, man, how are they going to handle it? And not just the tickets that are already pre-bought, the tickets that will be bought the weekend of, or the following year. So that's something that I don't want to see, but hopefully these conventions can handle or have something more organized on that.
Like a backup plan.
Yeah, and not just that too. It's like all the hotels that were rented out and parking and all the small things that you don't really notice, man. That's all going to be affected too. So I feel bad for people who are like with Youmacon too, like people renting out the hotel rooms and stuff like that. I don't know if they're going to get their money back or not, but if they don't, it sucks because then you just lose out on that deposit.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
That didn't come to my mind.
Yeah. Like I don't live too far from downtown Detroit, but then let's say if they don't cancel it, I was thinking about booking a room too, but I'm like, damn, I I don't even live that far from downtown Detroit. I might as well use that money that I was going to deposit for a room and just Uber back and forth from home to the convention. It's the same thing anyway. But yeah, I don't. I haven't been to Youmacon too much, but from my experiences, it's been okay. I was just looking forward to this year because again, had it not been for the pandemic, I'm pretty sure a lot of these conventions would have had something big because 2020 was supposed to be a big year for everything, especially with pop culture. But nope, it got pushed aside.
There's a lot of stuff that got messed up this year.
Yeah, so I mean, what else do you do outside of the Cosplay Nation stuff?
I do art. I make T-shirts, so that's a little something I do on the side. Other than that, I write stories, just little basic stuff. So
You do any digital art at all, or is
I
it
do
just all
digital.
hand?
I do paper and digital art.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Yeah, I've been featuring some artists too on my podcast. My latest artist was Lynn. She is an artist from Singapore. She's a big anime fan. You guys, let me just share this too. So, if you guys haven't listened to that episode with Lynn, go ahead and listen to it too. It's not a video podcast, so it's an audio one. You can find it on all social media platforms and stuff. Yeah, she does more like anime themed artwork. So, like for example, I mean, she does anime and digital, or hand drawn and digital. But let me see if I can find how I discovered her was through her Demon Slayer artwork. So yeah, so her Tanjiro artwork.
Holy crap!
Yeah, this is something that she's done. Her Tanjiro and Nezuko stuff. And you see here, her Rengoku right here. Like that's what drew me into her artwork, and I was actually her first podcast that she was on, so it was really cool to see that.
That's pretty. That's dope.
What's his digital? Oh, do you have a website for your artwork?
Oh yeah, I do. Quam the artist.
Quam the artist. Is it all one word?
Yeah, it's all together. So it's my Instagram page. I don't have a website, but it's my Instagram.
Oh, that's your Instagram handle?
It's my Instagram.
Let me just find it really quick. I'll share it on the stream. Okay. Is it this?
Yep, that's me.
Okay, perfect. All right, so the link is right here. Follow on Instagram. Support Quam. Support all local artists too, man. That's how we build each other up, man.
I'm not sure if you've seen that picture that's back
Yeah,
there.
I'm just about to go grab.
Oh, I didn't draw that. This girl named Miss Luma drew it.
Okay.
It's just we did a collaboration with them.
Yeah, Stan, dude, you should Stan Moore. He's actually someone that I've met at Michigan Comic Convention. He's an artist too. From I believe you're from Pontiac, but he does digital art and stuff like that.
Here you go.
Right, so just face to face that camera. There you go. That's the artwork that was that's featured here. Yeah, Stan, give me 1 second. Let me share your stuff too. Stan's a Hmong artist that I've met at a Michigan Comic Convention. He does digital art too. So Stan is awesome. That's his Facebook page.
And it's awesome.
Yeah, share that. Yeah, man, this is something that this is good for everyone. And again, I want to help showcase a lot of these local artists, cosplayers, and stuff in the anime and cosplay community. We got to help build each other up, because I know that everyone's trying to get clout and trying to get big and with the brandings and stuff, but it starts from us, man. We got to build each other up because we're the next wave of what's going to be hot.
Okay.
Now, how long you been doing art? Your whole life?
I've been doing this since pretty much. I guess you could say that. I started at like 6th grade. It's been improving. It's just I'm getting ready to go to college for it, so hopefully it improves a lot more. It's been improving a lot though, but
As long as you see improvement, man, and that's the thing too. Like a lot of people did not think that art would be something you could at least make income or revenue from. With crowdfunding like Patreon and all that stuff, it's been really helpful to, from what I've seen, a lot of artists too. But yeah, man, I hope things go well for you, dude. Like for me, I'm a terrible artist. I can't draw for shit. That's why like I just do all the podcasts. I'm better at talking than I am at drawing. But yeah, you know, the thing that's the thing, I think the reason why I support so many artists too is like I've seen a lot of artists with potential and talent, and they just never pursued it. It's always been like a hobby. It's always been like something that they just wanted to do. But you know, for me, I kind of if I knew if I had that kind of talent, I'd be pushing for it. You know, so like that's why for any artist or digital artist, man, I support you guys because that's again for me that's something I can't do. So if I see someone who's good, or if I really like their artwork, I just push it. Like you know, go for it. And with the digital age right now, artwork is accessible to anyone and everyone. And you know, there's tons of programs out there. It's
a ton of good free ones too.
yeah, and with schools opening more of those programs too with art school, digital schools. And again, you know, like people are sleeping on this stuff. Dude, comic books, man.
Like art goes into a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
like comic book shirts, business logos.
Yeah, like it may not be something that you want to do, but man, artwork is everywhere, man. Like you don't realize like just simple stuff like these candy bags in front of us, man. Like someone had to draw that shit. Like someone had to design that. You know, so you never know. Like you may not be like a top tier anime artist, but if you might be. But there may be a day where you draw something and that's like a logo for like something, and it might be mass produced. So you know, just for all you artists out there, man, keep pushing your artwork. You didn't improve until you were really Stan. You didn't improve until you were 30.
That's a long time.
But I've seen his work though. Like if you see his work, I really like his. He did like this BTS drawing that was pretty good. I forgot who the singer was. I'm not a big BTS fan. I thought that was good.
That's a K-pop group, right?
Yeah.
I forgot their names too, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I think it's like Jungkook or something. That's his names. But yeah, but Stan, keep sharing your artwork, man. Like I was actually in the works of Stan about getting like a new logo design for the podcast too, because like what I try to do is like I try to see. I'm thinking about like maybe switching up how my logo is. Everyone's got time. Yeah. Like it's not a bad thing, man. It's not a bad thing. I wasn't mocking or anything. But
like I'm looking at his artwork now. It's like I probably thought he was doing it since he was a kid.
Yeah, you know, it's something that you just got to try. But yeah, I'm actually in talks with Stan right now. You know, about creating a new logo for Spoiler Force. It's not 100% like there yet. It's just we're trying to figure out a new concept just to see how we can make it look more to make it look more stand out.
Appealing.
Yeah, because like you know, every year I want to try to change like the audio that or the soundtrack that I use for the podcast or like the logo, like just spice things up. That way it's not just constantly one thing. You know, it's that way it's continuously stays like eye catching. So
it sounds like growth to me.
yeah, it's just something that you know I don't like being like in the same spot with my content, so I want to continuously grow and change things and evolve. You know, like I was never expecting to do like this live podcast stuff, like video stuff. Like I started off with just my phone, you know, like just some clip-on mics. Bought some some adapters and recorded through my phone. There was like one point where when I was interviewing guests where I would borrow my sister's laptop and I'd put the clip-on mic next to the speaker of the laptop, and that's how I would converse and record my podcast. But now, you know, with all these programs like StreamYard, Buzzsprout, Restream, and OBS, and all that stuff that's free and available to anyone can do this stuff. You just have to find the right niche and the right content to just push out there for these podcast stuff. So anyone that's trying to be a podcaster, man, use Buzzsprout. I have the link in the description too. You go to that referral link. You sign up for a good 1 or 2 months. You get a free Amazon $20 gift card, and that revenue also helps out Spoiler Force so that I can improve my content too. Again, man, I do want to share with you guys too. Any fans or anyone that's like planning to come in or just try to win this on the stream too. The Goblin Slayer Brand New Day Volume 1 manga and the signed Yaya Han variant, signed by the actual cosplayer that's on this cover. $5 to enter for this raffle. And if people do enter, it'll be through like a random drawing, and hopefully you get some people in. Again, PayPal. You guys can pay through PayPal. You guys don't have to be in the store.
I was wondering how you was doing the raffle.
Yeah. Let me just put on my. So you could pay me through PayPal with the email right there. $5 to enter. You don't have to be in the store, but if you're in the store, you guys can pay me upfront in cash too. It's just $5 to enter the contest. It's just something to help promote the event and the store too. And again, the store has tons of candy and merchandise here, lots of candy baskets. And again, they're doing the Sailor Moon event right after the podcast here. So if anyone does like join in on the raffle, I think around like 2:30 Eastern, I'll probably try to announce a winner. But if not, that's okay. Just as long as you guys help like, share, and subscribe to the stream here. But if you guys got any like content you guys want to talk about, man, bring it up in the comment section. I'd love to talk about it with you guys. And as well, if you guys even want to just join in, that's the thing I like about StreamYard. You could bring in guests through mobile or through like desktop.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like, I put it in this link here. What's the Sailor Moon? The Sailor Moon event is just like makeup palettes and stuff. It's a very exclusive item. Carl, can you bring the Sailor Moon stuff again?
Yeah.
Carl can explain this better than I can.
Yeah. So what we're doing is we got a buyer who's got some of the Sailor Moon ColourPop makeup. So they got a whole bunch of it. They're bringing it here to try to sell it first before they start going on eBay and things like that. So what the store did is we actually bought a piece and created a basket. So we're raffling this off. Tickets are $5. We're going to draw sometime tomorrow. But we also have one full set of all the makeup. We got lip glosses. We got eyeshadow palettes. And then we also got the lip glosses that make one picture. That's not the picture, though.
Well, it's sort of the picture.
It's kind of, there you go. So we're selling all that today, starting at 4 o'clock. Come on by. We're also going to have Sailor Moon macaroons. We got Sailor Moon, all types of stuff, merchandise, makeup brushes.
It's not just the makeup items. It's a whole event. They got candy, drinks, and stuff like that. It's a whole Sailor Moon theme. So anyone that's into Sailor Moon and that loves the anime, just come on by. And people are going to be dressed up here. I think so, right? People were planning.
We heard some people say they were going to come dressed up. Yep.
Yeah, I think.
We would love it if you do. So if you come up and you got something to dress up in, please do. We'll take your photo. We'll push your pictures.
Come on by, Andrew. Dude, it's a free event. Just come on by, support the store. And then that's the thing too, right? A lot of people who watch anime, they tend to say like they don't want to claim that they like Sailor Moon growing up as a kid.
Right.
It's always like that Pokemon theme where like I'm too old for a Sailor Moon. Like, no, don't lie. You knew the anime was growing up.
I can't even say nothing because like my favorite character is Sailor Neptune, so I can't say anything.
See?
Yeah. For me, Sailor Jupiter was my favorite. I love Sailor Jupiter.
We got all the wall scrolls. Got a whole bunch of stuff. I got my Sailor Moon shirt on today. I couldn't hide it.
Yeah.
Couldn't even hide it. We're all geeked up about this event. So
The event starts at 4, Stan, but then it's gonna be like an hour after I end things here. So Andrew says he loves Sailor Moon. Yeah, dude, like you can't lie, man. Like Sailor Moon, Pokemon, Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh, like all those quote unquote kid animes, those are the best ones. Everyone grew up on that. Who was your favorite character?
Sailor Moon? I like Saturn.
Saturn.
Yeah, I was a Saturn girl.
Oh, and for the fans, can you just introduce yourself? I know you do like the candy baskets.
Yeah, no problem. So my name's Stephanie. I help out here at the store, and then we have another business called Candies by Corinne that we do a bunch of candy basket arrangements. So if you come into the store, we always have a bunch of pre-made ones. So we do some that are just regular, Japanese candy that we carry in the store. We do some birthday baskets. We can customize them for any event you need. We do some theme ones. This one's a Godzilla basket that we just did. I'm holding up to the wrong thing again.
Yeah.
I'll learn eventually. The camera's up there.
Yeah.
It's the
So,
lighting
and we also do them custom. So if there's anything that you're looking for, we can get our hands on almost anything. So if you give us a little bit of time, if you're looking for something for a certain event, a birthday, somebody's really into one thing or another. We did a giant Yu-Gi-Oh basket for a birthday party. So, yeah. And we're looking to expand into, we're going to start making baskets with regular American candy as well. So if you're looking for something similar, but you're not sure if someone's going to love Japanese candy, even though they should, we'll have that available soon too.
And you have a Facebook page or?
Yes, we have a Facebook and an Instagram page. They're both just Candies by Corinne. It's Karin. There's a birthday one.
Yeah, I'll have the Facebook link
There's
in
a
the
birthday basket.
comments here. I'll follow this page too.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, we do, I mean, send me a message. We do custom. We can do anything you're looking for, any price point, any kind of content. Here's another one. Netflix and chill.
And that's
I'm breaking things now.
that's the thing I liked about like the baskets too. Like they all have certain themes, and they come with like the nice basket. I think there was one that had like a lot of the carry-out boxes.
Yep.
There was one that you
Yeah,
guys
we
did
have
like
little
that.
takeout bags. These ones are always available. There's one hiding back here. I'm the shortest person in the store, so of course they like to put things where I can't reach them. We got these little takeout basket ones. These ones are only $10. They're available all the time. We always have these. And then we also carry the little micro squishables. So you can add a squishable to any basket. We can pick whatever one you want. And then
There you go. Sushi.
got a
plushie
little
right here.
sushi. We got some pineapples. We got some little pizzas coming. So anything you want to add or swap out, we're very customizable.
I really like the Minecraft one that's over there.
What was that?
I said I really like the Minecraft one that was over there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, can you bring that one over here without? Yeah.
And you do these yourselves, or do you have a team with you?
Yep, I do them. So this one is our Minecraft basket. I keep saying it's like the most fun I ever had with fake moss. Sitting back there gluing this on.
Yeah, and Stephanie does take her time with these
Mm-hmm.
themes too. That's like they mentioned, give them some time, like a month or so ahead, so they can buy the material, set it up, make it really nice and neat for your theme. Again, these are great for birthdays, man. If you don't have a birthday present in mind, just get these baskets. Again, they mentioned you guys did the Yu-Gi-Oh theme one.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's really awesome to see, and it's great that they're here with Otaku Detroit too. So when you come into the store, you see these baskets. They're all over the store.
We're also another thing we can do is like small gift bags for like birthday parties, something like that. We can do that for you as well. So anything you guys looking for, really.
Not since you're on the podcast.
Sure.
What's been some of your favorite animes overall?
I used to be. It's so funny because when Carl mentioned that they were going to start doing this store, it was like I had so much. I was like, let me bring in all this stuff, and like I hadn't been into it for probably 6-7 years, and it like all came flooding back. Like it's all like I'm so into it again now. But I mean, we have the whole series of Ranma 1/2, and that was my favorite manga. And then anime, I loved Evangelion. Like I'm so old school, all the old stuff.
Yeah, I was actually podcasting with someone who talked about that anime because it's on Netflix.
Mhm.
So
Oh yeah.
I honestly I grew up never watching it, so I'm starting to watch it, and there's a lot of like symbolism in that anime
Yeah.
to real life stuff, and that's why that kind of drew me in. Like I wanted to watch the themes and whatnot that's behind all that show. But and there's like tons like that stuff's coming back because like even at Hot Topic there's those the
Mhm.
Funko Pops for those, so
Mhm.
they have all those characters out too.
It's like all that recognizable stuff that like I walk in here and I see like this news. I'm like, I don't recognize any of these. I have so much stuff that I need to watch now just to be able to like talk about it with people. But then you get people come in and like see some of the old stuff I brought in and they're like, oh, I remember this. And I get so excited to like talk to them about. I had an ex-Japan art book. So a girl came in and we were talking. I mean, I must have talked to this girl about clamp for like 2 hours. It was crazy. But yeah.
If you guys have any questions for Stephanie, man, bring it in the comments. Let her know. That way she can answer it.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
not, then she's gonna still do her stuff around the store. Everyone's gonna be walking in and out of the store, so you're gonna see them in the background and stuff like that. But right now, there's no customers at the moment, so come on by.
Yeah, come visit.
And again, if you guys can't make it to the store but want to be on the stream, and here's the link. You just join in, and we can talk with you in person too. Or at least I'd be able to hear you guys, but you guys have any like things you guys want to talk about, bring it up in the comment section. And again, help like, share, and subscribe to Spoil First Podcast. Episodes are available on all major podcasting platforms. And yeah, I recently just recorded with an artist or with a cosplayer from LA. I'm not going to say who just yet. That episode won't drop until October. But for tomorrow's episode, it'll be featuring Wayne Alhania, who is a competitive food eater. So stay tuned. That episode's dropping tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern. Damn, Andrew, tell your fiance to hurry up, and just like, you know, tell the lady you guys come right back. Yeah, Andrew's a good friend of mine. For the listeners who don't know, Andrew's I've been friends with Andrew for over 10 years now. I've known him since I was like in high school. Andrew introduced me to podcasting and just this genre of content creating. So I always mention this. Andrew's helped me out a lot. You know, he started off with Pop Luck. Even though there was the falling out with Pop Luck, he still supports Spoiler Force. And yeah, and make sure to help support Andrew too. I know he hasn't been posting up content lately. He's about to get married soon. And just let me share his Facebook page. He does before all this marriage stuff was happening, he was streaming games for a while. Make sure to follow his Facebook page here. There's not a lot of content still, but I'm pretty sure once he gets through all the marriage stuff, he'll come back and stream again. We just moved into a new apartment too, so I'm gonna actually stop by there. We did, yeah. That's actually how me and Andrew got to be really close as friends. Andrew and I were doing like MMA Kimbo Slice kind of thing, like training in the backyard. I felt bad because, yeah, he's putting me on blast now. I felt bad because I actually have a significant weight advantage on Andrew at the time. And I felt like there was one moment where we were sparring and I just hit him with the right cross and I made his lip bleed by accident. And I felt, till this day, I still feel bad that I did that, because not just that I hit him harder than I usually did, but the fact that, again, I'm so much bigger than he is. So I don't like that feeling of knowing that you can overpower someone willingly. And Andrew's not the type of guy where you want to hit like that. So I felt really bad. But yeah, but since then, man, me and Andrew, we've been really close friends, and you know, he's been someone.
We was kids.
Yeah, we were 16. You're older than I am, but I was like 16 at the time. But you know, Andrew's been helping me out a lot with this nerd stuff, this cosplay stuff, and he's been helping me to really like express my inner nerd. You know, before I used to be like a really shut-in comic book anime nerd. Andrew was someone that was always like, did you read the latest Batman? And he'd always be bugging me like to talk about this stuff. So through time, I eventually learned to kind of just express my fandom. So thanks to Andrew, I've been able to get this far. And again, man, Andrew's always been helping me with the podcast and stuff. Any equipment help that you need, Andrew will at least give you his best advice. You know, and he's also with film. He works with film and editing as well. So if you guys want to get some like video work done, hit him up. He'll work a price with you. He's done some music videos for some local rappers and stuff. But again, he's busy with his personal life too, with getting married and all in a few weeks. So yeah. And yeah, Andrew's actually he used to do like professional wrestling in the local Michigan circuit. I felt bad because like they set him up to lose all the time because he was so skinny.
Oh my!
Yeah, I hate it. I mean, I think Andrew, you won a few times, right? But most of the time, like his last match that I saw, they set him up to lose. I was like, man, just give him the win, man. Like he's been with you guys for so long. Like, you know, I'm not a big wrestling fan, but with the storylines and all, they want to keep it like consistent and stuff.
Yeah, I understand that.
There's no need to be a closet nerd. Yeah, there isn't. Like anyone that's a closet nerd, man, now is the time to just nerd out. You know, a lot of people are jumping on this hype train, and I think honestly, I feel like it has a lot to do with the MCU movies, like the Marvel movies. That's been a big push for the nerd and comic book community, and then with this huge rush of anime, you know, Meg Thee Stallion, she's into anime. She dropped some bars with like anime themed athletes. Like I don't want to say the wrong athlete, but I think
I'm trying to think who you're talking about.
One of the basketball players from Milwaukee. I think he's a big anime fan. Rap. There's tons of other rappers that are into like anime and gaming.
I know
so-
Kanye, one of them is.
Kanye, yeah,
Because he did
Kanye's-
he's one of the animes as a reference in one of his music videos a long time ago.
Yeah. So definitely, you know, I gotta say, man, like honestly, like the black communities has like been pushing anime big time. You know, like, with RDC and those guys that you mentioned, they've helped escalate this fandom of anime. And I love how like they always point out the wrongs in anime, dude. Like how kids would go out and be adventurous, and you're only like a little kid, you know, training with some random old guy you don't even know, like that. Just pointing out some random stuff like that. Like I love how they do that.
Or the moment you realize you're a side character.
Oh man, I love that. I love that. I have a side character. You know, like my name's Mark. I'm Desmond. Did you see the part 2 that they did? I think they did a part 2 to it. I think it was the one where Mark was the last one standing. He's like, oh man, I might have a chance, and then he loses right away.
The one that got me was I think it was the first one. He was like you know, I'm gonna avenge them. Like some other person came out of nowhere and like he's like, I can't see him fighting. What?
Oh, yeah. You know, I love like Leland, Desmond, like all the artists guys. Like, that same skit. That Mark was like, you know, I got powers too, and then like the Desmond who's always playing the villain, he's like, who is that? Or no, it was Leland. Leland's like, who is that? And like don't mess with him. He doesn't have the demon in him. You know, like, oh man, like it's that stuff's so funny, man.
Oh yeah, this is for the contest. Oh the raffle. Ricky.
Oh, thank you, dude. Yeah, see, thank you to Cosblerd Nation for being a part of this raffle, man. Dude, even if let's say you're the first one to enter, you might just win just because by default. Yeah, but yeah, again, these are this is part of the raffle for Spoiler First podcast. Signed Yaya Han variant cover, signed by Yaya Han. I've met her last year at Michigan Comic Convention, and then also an unopened Goblin Slayer Brand New Day Volume 1 manga. This is just the side character stories that's met Goblin Slayer. Is just their point of view. If you're a big Goblin Slayer fan, it's good to just read like more of the content. I know Goblin Slayer, they just dropped a movie on Crunchyroll, or I don't know. I don't want to consider it a movie because honestly, the first 20 minutes of the movie was like a season 1 recap, so it felt like an OVA.
Oh.
Hey, Andrew.
Oh.
There you go, Andrew.
Shall I join in?
Hello.
Yeah. Let me. I can't unplug the my headset. So if I because if I unplug this, then let me see if I can do something.
I'm just sitting in my car.
Okay. Yeah. So I had to switch the output. Can you hear us though?
I can hear you.
Okay. Perfect.
Awesome.
All right. Yeah. Guys, I had to switch the output so that Quam can hear you too when you talk.
Hello, Andrew.
Hey, what's up? Been meaning to
So
try
you're
to
still in
stop by.
Plymouth?
Yeah, I'm still in Plymouth. Crystal just got her appointment was like at 2. My mother-in-law's appointment was at 11, and it's like a 2-hour thing and each. So I could have like drove around, did stuff, but
Did you read 3 Jokers yet?
no.
Dude, you gotta read 3 Jokers, man. I'm telling you, you better like it's there with DC better because Jason Fabrik does the external and internal artwork. But
Yeah, I was gonna read it in the car, but then I tuned in to your stream, so I couldn't read it.
yeah, use the podcast as an excuse to not read it. I'm telling you, man, get to reading it, man, because I know there's already like reviews and stuff like that out. No big spoilers yet because Jason Fabrik wanted fans to give it a week or so to read before spoiling everything.
Yeah, actually, I haven't really picked up my copy yet either. I might go pick that up after I stop by the shop. So.
Yeah, definitely pick up your copy, dude, because the first print, there's like it's the font on there. It's not like a flat surface. There's like I don't know if it's called embossing or something like that, but it's like you can feel it sticks out. Yeah,
like the bumpy little font.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
that. That's
Pretty cool.
only for the first print. So anyone that doesn't get the hands on the first print, you're out of luck because I'm pretty sure once the second wave hits, it's just gonna be regular covers.
I mean, I hope Chris saved me a copy. Because my comic book list is like been reduced because
Yeah, I know you only have like 10 series, not even 10 series.
no,
in
I
there.
got like three series. One already ended and one isn't really ever coming back. At least I think so. I mean, Saga isn't coming back anytime soon. So as of right now,
Just like Batman, Saga, and DC's.
And it's not even like the Batman that's continue. It's like the Batman animated series.
I think that's digital now because I haven't had a physical copy in a while.
Was it?
I had like the issues 1 and 2, and then like I think they just stopped because I don't know. Warner Brothers is weird, man. They're like, we're gonna push out all this content, and then nothing happens.
Yeah, I think the pandemic kind of, I don't know. Since the pandemic, DC kind of just stopped printing. So I don't know. But yeah, I've been listening to the stream. Everything seems like it's going well. Everything sounds great.
Yeah, it's been good here at Otaku, man. I wish you could stop by. Hopefully, you guys can make it to the Sailor Moon event too. But it's been great. Like again, speaking with Matt and Carl, they're so open to collaborating with anyone. And again, they have I can't face the camera there, but there's a mural across from us. Every month they have an artist that can paint over it and just showcase their skills. It's been great to be able to podcast here and just see customers come in and out. Just talk about all this nerdy stuff here, and even have Cosplay Nation. They honestly, we've been like day one customers of Otaku Detroit, so to be a part of this has been really great, and to see Otaku Detroit grow as a as a store and stuff like that. It's been really good.
How do I'm getting used to doing StreamYard on my phone. It's like I don't even know what I'm doing.
Yeah, there's like tons of tabs and stuff. So there's like the private chat, the public chat that you can see, and stuff like that.
And I couldn't exit out the chat menu for a second. Like I was trying to figure out how to like exit out the chat menu, so I couldn't really see you guys.
Dude, Andrew, if you ever get back into podcasting, man, do StreamYard, man, because Ming Chen does it, and that's why I started doing StreamYard. DC Reacts does StreamYard. Fax News does it. So like everyone's on StreamYard now.
Yeah, but isn't it like a monthly subscription?
Yes, I think it's $25 a month. But then like there's plans though. Like there's ones where you can pay for the whole year, and like it's like that 20% off kind of thing. But I'm only doing it monthly because I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't know what my dedication is with podcasting as of right now, just because I got so much going on.
Are you gonna play any more games soon? I know you were streaming video games.
I was, and I don't know, for some reason now it's like I turn on the game and I just lose all motivation to play because I want to catch up on some shows and try to do some reading, and I just got like, dude, adulthood just kind of like gets you. You don't have time to do the stuff that you actually want to do, and there's a lot of stuff that you want to do, and you're trying to catch up with everything else. So it's like,
I blame the fact that you had to move into an apartment. There was like 3 flights of stairs or something like that, like 3 floors. You move all the way up.
Floors, my body was sore when I'm with everything, and everything like moving heavy boxes up and down 3 flights of steps. It sucks.
Was there anything that was hard? Like, was it just the furniture that was kind of hard bringing up?
No, actually, the hardest thing was bringing up all my comic books because I have like boxes and boxes of comic books, and they're heavy boxes because I have a lot of comic books in each box. So, and
that's like my biggest fear too, man. When I move all the nerd shit that I have, my artwork, my books, my figures, I don't even want to think about it. It stresses me out already knowing I have to pack it and carry it around and not ruin it. Oh man, it gives me anxiety.
I have a whole container of all my trade paperbacks, and that box itself is like, it's heavier than any other box I had. We had to have 2 people help carry my boxes up. So that box in particular, and it's just books.
Yeah, it's all the hardcovers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
the volumes. Stuff.
Yep, all that stuff in there, like half of it I haven't read yet. And it's to a point where you buy stuff just to buy. Like you don't even like.
Right, you're just like, I'll get to it, but you never read it.
Yeah. I mean, I bought all 4 volumes of Nightfall like 5-6 years ago, and I only read half of the first volume. So I was like, I stopped right after Bane breaks Batman's back, and I'm like, okay, I just haven't read it since.
Well, that's the part everyone wants to read, though. They just want to see Bane snap Batman's back, and then like, yeah, that's the big panel. That's the part that we want to read, and just close the book after that.
I mean, I think that's the only part everyone remembers. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that happened afterwards that.
Yeah, like with Azrael and stuff like that.
Yeah, Azrael and like.
Honestly, I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of that afterwards. Like once Bane was done, and then the whole Azrael situation, I was like, I got boring.
Yeah. Like I just kind of stopped caring, and not too many people really brings up the fact that Azrael took over for Bruce Wayne for like a minute,
So
yeah,
your fiance still doesn't let you set up your nerd stuff?
I thought that she doesn't let me set up, like she's not officially moved in yet because of like some traditional stuff.
Right.
Like once our wedding day is like done. I'm just gonna let her do what she wants to do first, because the wife does what she wants to do, decorates how she wants to, and afterwards we'll see how we'll see what I do.
About your signed Power Rangers stuff on the wall.
Yeah. The only thing that's out right now is my signed Kevin Conroy's Funko Pop, and then like my signed Jason David Frank comic book, or the Power Rangers. So it's like that's the only thing that's up. Everything else is still in boxes and in my storage closet.
Oh man, that's gonna be hard, dude. Like when you unbox everything, set it all up. I hate that too. Like when you're already boxing everything up, and then you gotta open it back up and re-stack it up and stuff. Like, oh man, I bet. But yeah, if you need help, man, just let me know. I'll come by and help, because Andrew and I, we've been talking about like redoing an episode that we recorded before. But since he's got his own place, hopefully by the end of next month we can do something.
Yeah, anime related too. We're just gonna review all of Demon Slayer.
Yeah. You watch Demon Slayer?
The crap out of it.
Yeah, me and Andrew, we read the manga, so I actually put Andrew on the manga. I told him, like, if you don't read it, I'm spoiling everything. So he jumped on the manga, like, you asshole.
I caught up on the manga too, so
good. Oh yes.
I already know the dark stuff that happened.
Yes.
So you don't gotta talk about it.
Oh man. Oh my bad. Like, and with the movie that was supposed to drop too, and we gotta, well, at least for us fans in the States, we gotta wait for that. In Japan, they're gonna get it in October.
Really?
Yeah. But I think here in the States we gotta wait, because for our listeners who don't know, Demon Slayer is actually with they're not with Funimation, but they're with Aniplex. But Funimation is willing to help collaborate with them to bring it over to the States, because there's so many Demon Slayer fans. So they're gonna help help out with the English dub and stuff like that. I don't think they're gonna take over, but they're gonna be associated with the release dates in theaters. So I think they're gonna try to push it out more to more theaters. So like, for example, like Dragon Ball Super Broly, that was a big event. There was more theaters than usual that hosted that movie.
Yeah, I remember the premiere for that. That was.
Yeah. Andrew, you watched Broly, right? The movie.
Yeah, I did.
The Super one.
Yeah, I did.
Did you? I mean, besides all the stuff that happened afterwards, did you like it though? Did you like the movie? I know you were a big Broly fan at one point.
I mean the stuff after the movie.
Like all the political stuff, but I'm not gonna talk about that.
Oh, you're talking about
that? But I'm just talking about talking about just the movie itself. Did you like this, how they brought in Broly into the game?
I like the movie. I mean, it's different from how we grew up knowing Broly. I mean, this is just the whole new Broly. So I mean, this Broly's now the new Broly is kind of more. I mean, he's tameable, I guess. So I mean, it's different from the raging Broly who wants to destroy everything. But I like that. I mean, I'm not gonna complain too much about it. I mean, they're bringing Broly back and they're making him an actual, a continuous character. Are you reading the manga for Dragon Ball Super?
No, I'm just reading the highlights. I know that Vegeta gets a moment, but then it's Vegeta, so they always screw him over.
Always.
Yeah. It's never like where Vegeta gets a good win. It's always like, oh my god, he's gonna win, and then he takes the big L afterwards. So like, they'll never give Vegeta his moment. Like they'll tease you with it, and then they'll take it away.
Yeah, because I want to start reading the manga, but I feel like if I start, I have to start from the beginning because it seems to me like the manga and the anime are like they tell a story differently. So
Yeah, the Dragon Ball Super manga right now, they're like way ahead of what we think they're at. Because I don't even think they mentioned Broly yet. That's the thing. Like it's after the Tournament of Power. There's more things with the Angels, and then there's more like there's the new villain Moro. Moro. He's like a magician or some shit like that. And now he's kind of like Lord Slug. He turned young at some point, so now he's got a new form too that they can't beat. So like it's sort of repetitive, but I just like the fact that they're not like giving the heroes the same runaround. Like at this point, Goku's still not at Ultra Instinct yet. Like he still can't master it. I don't know if it's mastered, but like he uses it and then it just slips away. Still, it's not to where like Goku's gonna bam Ultra Instinct and then whoop everyone. It's completely different from what we thought it'd be. I'm pretty sure the writers knew what they were doing because they know that the fans would be pretty upset. Like it's the same thing, like it's the same cycle of losing, getting stronger, and then beating the opponent. But yeah, I do hope they incorporate Broly some point in the manga though, because I know with the movie too that a lot of the talk after the movie was, is he going to be featured in the manga or the next season of the anime? But I don't know.
It'd be cool to see him.
Yeah. And Funimation's already confirmed Johnny Young Bosch is the next Broly. So I'm not upset at that casting. I think Johnny Young Bosch is a great actor. So I can't wait.
He's already done some voice for the video game for the fighters.
Yeah, he was Trigon, Devil May Cry's Nero, Ichigo. I mean, he's the protagonist for Bleach. Oh, here's Jean-Claude. Hey, thanks for commenting and yeah, thanks for sending out Quam for representing you guys. Hey, if you guys don't know, Jean-Claude was featured in DC's fandom panel with Wonder Woman. She was the featured cosplayer, the first one that they showed in the Wonder Woman costume. And Patty Jenkins really, I like that how Patty Jenkins like, oh my gosh, I like that one. Like it's great to know that someone from the Michigan area has been getting that kind of exposure and just to be a part of DC fandom last week. Did you watch any of that too besides
I did.
her feature?
We actually had all cosplaying and sent in pictures.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So like none of the pictures we took was the ones that got shown, but it was the picture she took freehand like by herself. She actually made it. So we all happy.
Everyone was like gambling. Like, are we just taking our shot right now?
And the crazy thing was we all did a photo shoot together.
Oh, and they just selected just her by herself.
Yeah, but I think they just picked out certain ones, but they didn't pick out all the pictures because we did like I did Joker, somebody did Killer Frost, somebody did Captain Cold, and she was ventriloquist.
Okay.
I think they were just picking out certain pictures for like the certain
panels and stuff.
Certain panels, yeah.
And that's the thing too, man. Like DC fandom was international. You had fans from the Philippines, from China, South America. Everyone, everywhere was a part of it. Oh, Andrew, I don't know if I talked to you. Did I talk? You watched the Batman trailer, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Andrew, did I talk to you about that yet? I know we
were chatting about it.
We never really got to break down that trailer together, man.
No, but did you know that the only thing that someone mentioned to me and that I don't think many people will notice is Colin Farrell's Penguin.
Yeah, that was the big news earlier this week. Colin Farrell, he's been casted as Penguin, but
yeah, he was in the trailer.
Yeah, you don't. He's in the trailer, but the thing is, you don't recognize him. The makeup artist is insanely good. I'm gonna share that really quick.
I didn't know that was him.
Yeah.
In regards to your fellow cosplayer, at the moment that no one can ever take away from her, she's permanently in the DC fandom's library.
Do you like Zoe Kravitz Catwoman?
Yeah,
here's
that's cool. I mean, it looks like I like the fact that they're all just in their the first outfit, the first uniform. It's not like
that's
finished
Colin
product,
Farrell's
so
Penguin, man. Like you can't even tell that's him. But I'm not a big Zoe Kravitz fan. I'm gonna be honest. I think her acting's a little bit subpar. I've mentioned this before, but she has the look for sure. She's got the Catwoman look. I love the teaser they did when she has like the hat and then like, you can see the pointy ears. They're teasing the Catwoman. They're giving her like her year zero kind of look with just a burglar mask and stuff like that. It's gonna be that's where my high expectations is gonna be. I really want to see her really portray Selena Kyle. Like Selena Kyle's very slick. She's, she does uses her sexuality as a weapon in Batman. That's how she outsmarts Batman at points where she just, gets sexy for him and he loses his mind. So she's clever. That's what I like about Catwoman.
Hello.
So yeah, I mean, what you guys think though of when Robert Pattinson's Batman beat down that goon? Like how awesome was that scene? Like it was just him beating the hell out of that goon.
I was like I can't wait for this to come out. It already looked good already. It's like.
yeah, they really needed to add that into the trailer to give people that confidence that then maybe not Ben Affleck, Robert Pattinson's Batman would be a great Batman. So I thought it was pretty cool, and it's exactly like how I would picture Batman fighting in real life, and that's how he fights in the video game. So like, I think that made everyone a lot happier with seeing Robert Pattinson as Batman.
Did you like the "I'm Vengeance" line instead of the "I'm Batman"? A lot of fans were geeking out about that. He didn't say "I'm Batman." He just went with "I'm Vengeance." And how he said it though, he had like that kind of growl to him, but it wasn't like overly done like Christian Bale's Batman.
You can actually understand him.
Yeah, like can you imagine Christian Bale saying "I'm Vengeance"? Oh, Vengeance! Like you can't understand him.
Yeah, I don't know the thing about Christian Bale is like Batman Begins. You could understand him, and then like later on, it's just you couldn't really understand a word that he says. So I don't know what happened in between movies. If that was just a direction they decided to take, or it was just weird.
You know what? I think it was the cowl because like in the first Batman Begins, his cowl was like really stiff, and then with Batman The Dark Knight, he was able to turn his head a little bit. So I think that kind of like changed it up.
His voice.
Yeah.
I mean, and the thing is, like, I don't know. We'll film like there's ADR, so they could have like recorded over it, but maybe it's a Christian Bale thing.
Yeah. Carl, can you bring that back over here? Carl is showing the antique swords here.
So this is actually a replica. This is the Conan the Barbarian one. However, we have a full line.
Conan the Barbarian sword right here.
And then, just if people don't know, this is the home for official Japanese antiques.
Yes, there's actual like samurai type.
What year is this?
1830.
The 1830s. Dagger, we got swords of all style, everything from cosplay up to genuine weaponry, hand forged.
All right, Quam, you got competition. See you stand. Yeah, before we announce before we start this raffle here, let me just add you guys here. Only you two for now, but
Can you take your card?
I would love to buy those swords,
yeah.
but then Chris was gonna kill me.
I'm happy I'm not the only one.
Both those swords.
What was that, Andrew?
I would love to buy those swords, but
Oh yeah,
my wife's gonna kill me. Probably with those swords.
yeah. After it's almost 2:30, so after we randomly select who's gonna win between Quam and Stan. Matt, if you're open to talk about the Asian culture topic that we had set up, how you want to bring that up too on the podcast too.
Okay.
We can talk about that.
Yeah.
We're gonna start in a few minutes here.
Yeah, no worries.
How you feel about them showing the cut parts of the Suicide Squad? No, not Suicide Squad, Justice League.
Oh, the Snyder cut.
Yeah, the Snyder cut.
I'm actually one of the few that really supported the Snyder cut, so I was really happy that they were gonna show a lot of. I mean, mostly just like a lot of the deleted scenes and stuff like that. But I really want to see more of Cyborg and the Flash. So that's what I'm more excited to see.
Like I was looking at them, this looks like a whole complete different movie.
Yeah. And Joss Whedon, who was directing it or did the reshoots, he kind of like made it too comical. So I didn't like that at all. But hopefully it lives up to the expectations. For listeners who don't know, or watchers, Snyder Cut's going to be on HBO Max next summer. It's going to be 4 one-hour episodes. I wish they could just drop the entire thing because I'd actually watch it all in one run. All right, so it's. Oh, go ahead and finish your thought, Andrew.
I don't really think it's the original Snyder cut. I mean, it's not the cut that everyone wanted to see originally. I think he took this time to take advantage of the fact that he has time to redo everything, like reshoot everything. And he knows what people want now, so
yeah,
it's not the legit Snyder cut.
All right, so it's 2:30. Thank you to everyone who's joined in on the stream, and thank you, Andrew, for being a part of this too. But we're gonna announce the winner for the signed Yaya Han and Goblin Slayer Brand New Day Volume 1 manga. It's between Stan and Quam. Thank you guys for thank you guys for being a part of it. So yeah, let's just see who. It's a 50-50 chance. So you guys can do side bets. Who do you guys think will win between these two? So let's see who wins. Oh, home field advantage to Quam. He wins. All right, congratulations to Quam. Thank you for being a part of the raffle here. Again, these proceeds will be going to Spoiler Force for just equipment and looking at the stuff. I'm not using it for my own personal use. It's specifically for Spoiler Force. And if you guys want to help donate or give tips too, there's a link in the description. You guys can help give tips to Spoiler Force Podcast through PayPal as well. Again, all proceeds go to just making the podcast better. And yeah.
Thank you, David.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dan.
Here you go. Quam, you win. Here you go. Got a signed Yaya Han cosplay variant and a Brand New Day Goblin Slayer Volume number 1. Yeah, again, thank you guys. If you guys want to help support the show, there's a link for a Streamlabs link to help donate to Spoiler Force Podcast to improve the show and stuff like that. And then you guys can also just like, share, and subscribe to all of our content. Follow Cosblerd Nation as well. Follow Quam on Instagram. The links should be in the comments somewhere. I'll share it. I'll share it again before I close everything here.
Ooh, I also got my cosplay account.
Yeah, I can share that too. But yeah, with this last half hour, I do want to bring in Matt, the store owner. So thanks, Quam, for being a part of for this, man. All right, let me bring in Matt, the store owner. The reason why I'm able to do this. Andrew, I'm gonna let you go. All right.
All right. Take care.
Oh, I'm getting old.
So here's Matt, store owner of Otaku Detroit and Madison Heights. We met again during the opening weekend. That's why I met you and Carl around the same time. But yes. I talked to you first.
Yes.
And we really hit it off with a lot of the Asian cultures.
Yes.
That's how we got to really get familiar with each other, right?
Martial arts in particular.
Yes, it was martial arts, and we were talking about traditional kung fu, and I was talking about MMA,
yes.
boxing, and wrestling. the more modern arts versus the traditional arts. That's how we got really into our conversation.
Which is a current battle in the Asian martial arts community currently, especially in China, with that one MMA guy going around and kind of humiliating a lot of older traditional Chinese martial artists. But I was telling you, unfortunately, a lot of the sparring, because you have all the government, first look at Boxer Rebellion and everything, the Cultural Revolution, the real stuff is gone, and then you have it so watered down here that everything, it's up to the individual, the teacher. You can't really look at a style. You know, you have to train it properly in the fight, and you have to spar. If you don't spar, you're dancing.
I do want to let the viewers know too. You know, opening a Japanese themed store, you're also married to a Japanese woman.
Yes.
You have, you know, you met her in Japan. You talk about.
Yeah, I used to work for the Japanese consulate. Worked in Japan a little bit. Met her there. Well, actually, she was a friend of a diplomat who was a friend of mine. Okay. She didn't want to stay in Tokyo. Said it would be too stressful and too expensive, so we moved back here. And we've been married for 15 years now, living here. Yeah, it's weird though, because I was joking with you, I would kill for like a meatloaf and potatoes and carrots. My meals are mostly like gohan and ramen and you know anything. Even if it's an American, it's kind of has a Japanese like carrots and spaghetti, things like that. Whatever.
I like that too. You know how your knowledge of the Asian culture too. Like there's that points like when we have our conversation, I'm just like thinking to myself, damn, like he's more Asian than I am. like for real, like I'm like, damn, there's some things that Matt talks about, and I have to think twice. Like, do I really know what he's talking about? I can't just be bullshitting this stuff.
It's just fascinating.
Yeah.
Again, our culture here. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not one of those people who doesn't have an appreciation or understanding of American culture. I love American history and culture, but it's so short. And when you look at, you know, well, most other cultures, but especially Asian culture, the vastness of the history and what you can pick up, and then between China, Korea, even Vietnam, Japan, all of them have their own. The Philippines, they all have their own. Well, for me, martial art, and then cultural nuances. So they're fascinating.
And I think that honestly, like martial arts has that common ground. You know, you can associate that with all Asian cultures. There's always a different. I mean, it's a different combat form.
Right.
And you can learn and take things from all those arts. And
yeah, we have 2 arms, 2 legs.
Yeah.
We can only punch somebody so many ways, kick so many ways. You know, so it's all universal. It's just training yourself and fighting. And if you don't spar, it's kind of just. I mean, if you do it for exercise, that's one thing. You know, Tai Chi is great for exercise for health. At one point, it had very martial origins, but now it's a moving meditation like a yoga. And there's nothing wrong with that, but don't expect to jump in a ring with someone who's been doing MMA for 5 years or hell 3 months.
Yeah,
you'll probably get your ass handed to you.
Can you talk about like how you started with martial arts though? Like I know you did like Southern.
Yeah, mine. Right? But it's funny because you're too young. But back in the day on Channel 20, there was Kung Fu Theater in the late 70s and early 80s on Channel 20 at Saturday night and then Sunday mornings. And I was a little kid in front of the TV going. For hours upon hours. Then Shokasugi came around in the 80s, the ninjas craze. I started in judo at the YMCA, moved on to Taekwondo, and eventually got into Kung Fu. Stuck with my teacher. He taught Sing Each One, or mind shape boxing. Very boring to look at, very simple, based on 5 elements and 12 animals. Moved on to dabbled in some baji. I knew a Vietnamese guy who was hardcore into martial arts, Chinese martial arts, and he taught me a little baji. And then just random interactions and going around, and met a Shaolin monk one time.
You showed me the message. Yeah, that was really cool to see that.
That was insane. We were at the first Wheel of Life tour when they were actually monks before they were all communist kind of propaganda machines. And so the first round were monks. And he was a 32nd generation. His name was his personal name was Gao Haibo, but his monk name was Xiambo. But it was funny because they passed out cards to us. They passed out cards to us in the front row of the amphitheater. Yeah. And then they literally we went to their hotel room. They hit us while they were doing prayers, nightly prayers. And they came out and learned a little kung fu, traded. The one monk, I can't remember his name, he went in the bathroom, came out in a full Adidas tracksuit. I mean, it was the funniest damn thing on the planet. So it shows people are people, no matter where they're from. But other than that, got into Japanese swords about 15, 20 years ago. Been studying Japanese swordsmanship, Shin Shinryu, out of a dojo in Westland, my teacher, Jeff Toms. And that's pretty much where I'm at.
Can you talk about your wife's family history?
Yeah.
Because I thought that was fascinating.
It's kind of weird. Back in her family's from Niigata, Ken. And back in middle 1500s, two families merged because it was common, like if there wasn't a son, you know, they would merge families. Well, it was a large rice merchant and then a G samurai, which is like a lower class samurai family that merged together. But because samurai status and then the wealth of a merchant, a rice merchant, it made the family larger and more prosperous. So technically she has a samurai background, but during the war, they gave away their swords and their armor to the government because in Japan, if you did not do that, you were considered unpatriotic and you would be ostracized at the least. So they retained their home up north, and you got, but due to all the earthquake changes, they've had to kind of make some modifications. So it still looks somewhat like it, but at least you know the history's still there.
Yes.
But my in-laws in Tokyo, in Edogawaku, literally 5 feet from their house is a 500-year-old shrine.
Oh wow.
That's, yeah, it's just amazing. Built like they built the city around it. You know, they don't destroy any old architecture.
And that's what I like about Japan, and they
Yes.
preserve their history there. You know, like
Unfortunately, like China, they did not. Yeah.
Yeah, like, and I had a guest on the podcast a few weeks ago, or I aired the episode a few weeks ago. He talked about how he went to Japan for a trip with his girlfriend, and they talked about like they preserved this bridge.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like it's as if no one's touched it since.
Right.
It's just architecture there.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think that it's a great thing that Japan like really appreciates their culture, and they just
Right.
want to keep everything that's what's left of what they have. Because I mean, after what's happened after World War II, they
Right.
lost a lot of their history.
Right. The good thing, well, I don't know, good, bad, whatever, but the one thing that Japan had for it, going for it, is in 1602 when they locked down the country, it gave them time to solidify Japanese culture and actually, you know, basically develop it to what it is or refine it to what it is. So, but now they've taken that and they're the, you know, masters of all kind of taking something from another culture, making it uniquely Japanese, and then, you know, putting it out there.
You mentioned, now that you mentioned that, for fans who don't know, my ethnicity is Hmong, and Matt and I, we've talked about, you know, experiences in the Hmong culture. So Hmong culture is similar to that too, where we don't really have a solid foundation in our culture. So I don't want to say appropriate, but we do take influences from other cultures and try to make it our own as well. But I think the thing is, though, we're just not, from my experience, we're just not as clever as the Japanese people, man. They do it so well, like to make it where people don't really recognize that unless like you really are into that culture.
Right. But I think correct me if I'm wrong, you would know more than I, but in the Hmong culture, you're indigenous to multiple countries.
Yes.
Laos, Cambodia, or no, Cambodia?
Yeah.
Okay,
A lot
and
of
then
the
Vietnam.
Southern Asian countries.
Yeah, so I mean,
and with the colonization of France too. So,
oh yeah. So you know the infrastructure wasn't
Yeah.
there. You know, like being in one country and one people. You know, so
that's where our differences are from. Like Japan, they're together, but for Hmong folks, we're scattered.
Right.
everywhere. That's why like it's kind of weird when you do meet Hmong people outside of, like, for example, Hmong Americans versus like Hmong people from Thailand or from Laos. Our cultures are the roots are there, but our experiences are way different.
Right.
So
right.
like,
I would imagine.
the
Yeah.
practices are different and stuff like that. You know, we were talking about your samurai swords experience and stuff. Can you talk about how you saw that really expensive?
Oh, the crazy
sword?
one in Japan.
Yeah, that you couldn't even breathe on it.
I was dating my wife at the time, girlfriend, and she went to the Tokyo Dome in Japan, which is where the Tokyo Giants play. They have a large armor and samurai kind of like trade show. She walked around with me for 8 hours, mind you, looking at swords, which she cares nothing about. So that was a keeper right there.
Right.
But then I'm looking at this sword, and all of a sudden I hear this like English or broken English behind me from this old Japanese guy. His name ended up being Sato-san. We ended up being friends. He was Yakuza, maybe. He had a lot of connections to pachinko parlors, but then he also used to work with the Japanese Self-Defense Force and the U.S. military. But he had pictures of flyovers of like Midway and certain islands that you just don't get that kind of contact with. So it made me question it. But he took me around and he knew every single dealer there. And there was a blade in a glass case. And he took it out. They gave me white gloves. They gave me the piece of paper to put in the mouth. And he handed me the blade, just the blade, nothing else. And I think it was Heian Jidai, so like, I don't know, over 1,000 years old. And I was just holding him. It felt like a lightsaber. And I was so terrified to drop it. Held it for maybe about 40 seconds. It seemed like a year. I put it back. Then I inquired the price. and it was over 5 mil. And
I think you said that they keep it in the museum now, right? Is that
yeah. And then I've also, but see, that's the thing. If you go to flea markets and you have a little bit of knowledge in Japanese swords, you could get lucky because there are, I think, over 25 national treasures still missing in the United States.
Oh, wow.
And I know someone who found a tanto similar to this in a flea market in Indiana for $2,500, sold it for $350,000 the next week to a Japanese dealer in Texas.
Oh, wow.
Then that went on to sell for $500,000 in Japan.
In the samurai gear you had, you were showing me the guard, the hand guard.
Yeah.
And there's like the imprint.
The Suba, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so you can have every facet of a Japanese sword takes, I think, I don't know, at least a minimum of 5 years to learn how to do the craft. Lacquering the sire scabbard, just making the shitaji, the base wood for these, the maki, the actual handle wrapping, making the manuki or Suba itself. This is called isaku because it's all made by one person, so it all matches. And this is what's called like a sendai, which is in a northern area. There's a lot of Canadians there in Japan. I don't know why.
Wow.
They
I
love
never knew
Sendai.
that.
Sendai, if you want to meet Canadians, you go to Sendai. I don't know why, but maybe weather or something. But these are called Sendai fittings. It was where Date Masamune was in that area, Deiwa Mutsu back in the day. And some of these, like this one isn't that much. This is only $800 for the blade and everything. But sometimes a Suba could be $35,000.
Right. You said like it depended on the maker too.
The
right?
maker,
the item that you ordered.
Yes, the
lore is it or the
well, the material it's made of.
the ore or something, right? Yeah.
Well, yeah. With the steel, it really depends. With the sword, it really depends. But with this, there's alloys like shinchu, which is a copper. There's a shakudo, which is a gold, silver, and copper, and then it's patina. So it really depends on the metal. Some are solid silver, some are solid gold. So you just got to keep your eye out. There's a lot of fakes on the market, but like at a garage sale, if it's under a little, maybe $100 or so, it's probably worth a shot. I don't know if you can hold that up and see it a little bit better.
So these are authentic Japanese samurai.
I like this one better.
So yeah, there's like, you guys may not be able to see, but there's like detailed linings on here and stuff.
This might be a little bit easier to see.
Yeah,
maybe.
And Matt was explaining when I first met Matt. He was explaining to me something hardcore, like details and just it's a lot of information to absorb, but very historical, which I like. Because we don't really look at this stuff and really appreciate like the craftsmanship behind it. It's always stuff we see in movies, in anime, of course, But like you've said before when we met, like you got to do years of just studying this stuff, and so you can build like a piece of the blade. You have to master that art by itself. And
there's a polisher versus a sword maker. A sword maker, I think it's 6 years to learn how to make a sword. A polisher's 9, because the polisher not only has to learn how to polish a sword, he has to learn about every sword school from every era and what their characteristics are, so he can apply the correct stones to it and bring out whatever that smith originally intended to happen in the steel. There's actually a really good polisher. His name's Woodrow Hall. He's from Michigan. He now lives in Las Vegas. He apprenticed under Bob Benson out of Hawaii, who was a traditionally trained polisher. Great guy, and I wish I had a blade here that was polished by him because it sings. And for the cost now, mind you, a Japanese sword is between $40 and $80 an inch to polish. So it just depends.
Wait, repeat, an inch?
An inch. An inch. An inch. Yes.
So just the whole blade itself, that's quite a price.
Yeah. Like this little thing is a little over $1,000 to polish.
Oh, wow.
Right. So you get into longer blades, but also there's issues where it's a risk. It's gambling, because as they remove metal, they could open up and find pockets of air or loose steel or something. So you are gambling when you take it to get it polished, but it also does increase the value exponentially. And I will say for our listeners, Japanese swords are one thing that very, very rarely depreciate in value. They usually only appreciate.
I think with samurais being a huge historical part of not just Japanese culture, but overall history and just the the culture behind it.
I mean, it was an Afro Samurai. I just had a customer, and he loved Afro Samurai, but he had no clue about the original story of Yasuke,
Yes.
actual black samurai who was a Jesuit page and became a samurai.
You know, I learned about that like late last year. I always thought that it was just something that they did in the anime. I never knew that was real history.
Yes.
The first black samurai. Like that was a big deal.
Yasuke was a Jesuit page. I think he was West African. Went to Japan. Nobunaga was infatuated, or not infatuated, but I'll say enthralled with him. They actually, I read a story where he had his pages wash him to see if he could get the black off his skin because they've never seen, a person like that before. But then Yasuke learned Japanese relatively quickly. And because of his strength and paralysis, Nobunaga was fascinated. He made him a hatamoto, or a retainer. And then when Nobunaga was killed or assassinated by Mitsuhide? Yeah, Mitsuhide. Then Yasuke died defending Nobunaga's sons. So it was actually kind of rare. He went down fighting for a samurai clan that he just became part of. That is awesome in itself. Now, the disturbing fact is that they didn't include any of that in the anime. Not even a shred of it.
So the anime was based off his
Oh, yeah.
story. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. But they didn't incorporate any of it.
The real
Yeah.
stuff. Okay.
At least with, was it Nobunaga no Yabo? That anime where they take Nobunaga and make him look like a cute little girl. And Hideyoshi or his Saru still, and that's his, like, they have a relationship. At least that's somewhat historically where they're bringing in some historical aspects of it. But that would have been, Afro Samurai would have been so much better if it had some history to it.
What are your thoughts on like the whole like when samurais commit seppuku?
They had to
What are your thoughts
outlaw
on
that. They had to outlaw that eventually because they were just dropping like flies. Because after 1600s, there's really no war, and that's why like samurai swords changed to more pretty kind of bling versus more utilitarian. But the Hakugure was a book that made like to define what a samurai was, like the strict rules of etiquette. The problem is there was no war, personal combat. So how do you justify a class that has no function, but yet still retains like a superior, position? So they had to make their etiquette as strict and like as obscene as possible, so that no normal person commoner could follow it. So that would at least give them, separate them. But the byproduct of that is you have all these ridiculous rules, and the only way to show your honor is seppuku. So they would literally just start dropping like flies, and Daimyo had to say, "Wait, we're losing too many men. We got to put a stop to this." So they literally outlawed it for a period. So
Yeah, because that's something that's a big part of like the samurai cultures too. I mean, I don't know why they kind of highlight that. I know it's like honor and stuff like that.
Romantic.
But like it's still like it's so odd to just because you did something wrong or like you didn't do your job to commit suicide like that. That's a pretty bit obscene, at least from my perspective.
I think there was a lot of it, but I don't think it's as prevalent as especially Westerners like to make it, or movies like to make it.
Yeah.
Again, like there's books like the Hakugure talks about where like before you go into battle, you put incense in your helmet, so when the samurai takes your head, your opponent takes your head, he smells the the waft. That's such horseshit.
It's like a lot of superstition.
That's just
stuff,
that was just like make believe because we're no longer in the 1500s fighting a real battle. This will make us cooler. So they just built it up and sugar coated everything, and made it much like there's no retreating. Samurai prior to 1600s, if they weren't going to win, they're not dumb. They leave, they come back and fight another day. They don't rush in and I mean, it has happened, but not to the point where some of these books would like to portray it. Where
Do you think it's been like propaganda has to do a big part of that?
Oh yeah, and especially like the Japanese government during World War II, they like the style of the sword mounts is from the like 1100s. It was to bring back that Yamato spirit to where we can do this divine people. So it was coveted, and then again, it's nostalgic. It's just like people in the States with gunfighters and cowboys and Indians, and it kind of still has that ring. And in Japan, ninjas and samurais, and hell, here ninjas and samurais.
Right.
So,
Now that you talk about that too, it's funny. There was that story you told me, like how here in the West, everyone loves the Asian culture,
Yeah.
ninjas, samurais, but out in Japan, you met someone that was
oh yeah,
cowboys and the Western stuff.
Right? Standing at a train station. I think it was Narita. And a guy and his girl, they were, I don't know, late, or say early 20s, sitting across, and we just kind of noticed each other. And he had I think it was a Native American here, a cowboy on a horse holding up this gun, a cow skull up here, and then I'm decked out in like pseudo, yakuza ippoi kind of tattoos. And we just started laughing at each other. The lights went on, and we're just like, well, it's proof the grass is always greener. You always like what's farther away from you.
We got a viewer here.
Terry, what's up?
Saying stuff to Matt. Terry, you should come by the store.
Oh, yeah, I expect to see him in a little while,
Yeah.
I would think.
We got a few more minutes here, Matt, before we close up. Is there anything that you'd like to say on the podcast? And just whether it's related to the store or just historical,
No, just it's awesome that you're here and getting your stuff out, getting our stuff out. Again, we appreciate all the support thus far, and it has been great. It's been incredible. We need more input for events. Any kind of suggestions anybody may have, anime related or not, just something for the store or something you like to see, and yeah, hopefully do more events with you.
Yes, I look forward to that too. And again, I've already said this a few times during this live stream, is like you and Carl were so open to just collaborating with.
Right.
Just meet with anyone that's willing to help
any local artist,
cross promote.
Yeah, anybody.
I think that's great to be able to network like that. And again, Carl spoke earlier when we first started streaming. You guys also do the co-signs with customers,
right?
Bring in their stuff too. So
yeah, please.
I think that was really cool that you guys do that too.
We want to build a community. We want to be here for a long time. We want to make sure we're catering to the community, and that, yeah, what? Right, community, not customers. That's our line.
Yes.
Yeah, separate us from the box stores, and come in here even if you're not here to buy something. Just hang out.
Yeah.
Shoot the shit. Look at anime talk stores, whatever.
Do you have any any updates on your next shipments at all?
Early next week, we have some. I had one that was unfortunately just turned back by the U.S. that I thought I was going to get out of Japan on the sly. It didn't work. They caught it, so it's going back. I'm going to use Yamato on that one. So hopefully I'll have some stuff from Japan in the next couple weeks. Next week, have another large order with some figs, a lot of art books coming in. And again, any requests, that makes it easy for us.
Yes.
Dial in exactly what you guys want.
I'll put up the Otaku Detroit email up here in the comment section.
Okay.
They can email you, and that way, if they have like special requests or something,
right?
They try to get it for customers too.
We're your lackeys.
So there's the email right there. Sales@otakudetroit.com. You can email them, and they're they'll respond to you guys as soon as they can. If you guys have any requests, like anything specific, they'll do their best to help you guys out with that too. And
definitely,
again, come by the store, man. Like, it's not just for the podcast, but with the next hour or so, the Sailor Moon event. Just come by for that. And
right.
Just come support the store. You guys have a chance to win that basket too, or to buy the products. Is it first come, first serve?
Yep. First come, first serve.
Okay. And just come by. They have drinks, candies, lots of merch here. Come on by and just support Matt and Carl, and also check out Stephanie's candy boxes too. They all have all that stuff here. And Matt, you were telling me and Carl was talking about it too, just how quickly the Sailor Moon stuff is selling.
Oh yes.
How fast it's sold.
I think it was the auction itself lasted about 2.5, 3 hours, and it was gone. We had one customer call us, and apparently she reached out to the company to try and acquire some, but that's a no-go. So she will definitely be here today. It's amazing how fast it went.
And if whatever's not sold, I think you said whatever that was not sold,
she's going to put on eBay.
Yeah.
For the higher price, even I think on eBay they're tripling it now or something ridiculous like that.
Yeah, so now is the best time to come by and get it at, was it shelf price? Is it?
I know. I think she's asking a premium, but it's not. But it's not eBay premium.
Right.
Yeah.
So you'll get it at a better price here
than you would eBay plus shipping. Yeah,
exactly.
right.
So come by the store. I know all you guys are low-key Sailor Moon fans, so just come and grab the product. It's exclusive, man. This is something that's big. Again, like we said, they sold out quick online. So, Otaku Detroit's got their hands on it. Buy it while you can before the original seller again flips it on eBay and you can buy it.
Agreed.
Yeah, any last words before we close?
Thank you.
You got less than a minute, so
That's about it. I appreciate it.
yeah, this has been great, man. I can't say enough. I really appreciate it. This is the first official collaboration where Spoiler First Podcast. It's not just from home, this,
Right.
This is where I got to come out and bring my equipment with me. So thank you for being the first,
Dude,
and I can't
anytime.
wait to-
All the time,
I can't wait for
please.
future collaborations, man. And I'm gonna tease this. There is in talks of the Halloween event
Yes.
you guys have.
Yes.
So
Yes.
around that time in October, I'm pretty sure by that time you guys will have teasers or
Oh, yeah.
flyers,
We'll be
stuff like
putting
that.
out. Yes,
So
yes,
I'll be
yes.
sharing that stuff too. So come on by again, support the store. Even though there's some things that may not be here that you guys want, let them know. They'll come get it. They'll get it for you guys. And
Definitely.
every week there's more shipments and more products, man. So just come by. I've said it before. Every time I come here to this store, Matt and Carl's always got more and more products. So it's always going to be something new.
COVID's been fun, but we're trying.
And again, so right now it's 3 o'clock. Thank you guys so much for watching, sharing, liking. Thank you, Matt, for being the host.
お疲れ様です。
And thank you guys for just being a part of this first live stream for Spoiler First Podcast. Again, this is exclusive on Facebook and Twitch. I will put up a edited version of the video, so just make a few tweaks and put that on YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe to Spoiler First Podcast on all streaming podcasting platforms. Follow Otaku on Facebook and Instagram. Follow Cosblerd Nation on Facebook and Instagram. Follow Quam. He's somewhere in the back there, but follow his stuff too. And follow everyone. I can't wait to see you guys. I'm gonna be here still, but I'm gonna wrap up and then put my stuff away. But I'm gonna be here for the Sailor Moon event. I'll probably live stream on mobile, but not through the podcast. But I can't wait to meet you guys. Come on by. I'm still gonna have my stuff here to give away for free if you guys want to. So yeah, come on by.